15 madre. Toma un compa conmigo. Yo sé que el bar me estás de gusto.
Cada vez que yo me encuentro solo, me pongo a pensar en ti, amor. Texas, aquí está tu rey. Texas, mi pistola es tu ley.
Tejano TV presents. It's the Three Amigos Show! Starring Big Daddy D. Burleson, the Midnight Cowboy Marcus Daniels, E.L. Guy, Juan Mendoza. Tonight's special guest from Salesman the Series, George Rivas. Brought to you by Mas Chingon Radio, LilaLisaPromotions.com, Hacienda International Productions, musician Danny Farias, Mar Azul Tequila, taste the new face of tequila, Archie's Homestyle Burgers in Cotulla, Texas, the Tejano Conjunto Music Superstore, Janie's Record Shop, and Tejano TV. And now, let's get on with the show.
Can we apologize in advance for that shot of Marcus drunk and singing?
Funny. Oh, that was not me,
man. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us here on a great episode, a special episode of the Three Amigos Show. And of course, we want to thank our sponsors, my baby Lila Cervantes with Lila Lisa Promotions, Archie's Homestyle Burger, Danny Farias, Mar Azul Tequila, the new face of tequila, and I'm like out of order here. Janie's Record Shop, Hacienda International, and Nuestra Música Monthly Magazine. And I'm El Mas Chingon, Juan Mendoza.
Yeah!
We'll just let him get the applause. Marcus and I'll just sit back. Yeah, Juan Mendoza, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, Marcus I was waiting for Marcus.
He's not next D's before me.
Age before beauty, is that what you're trying to say?
Okay.
Right. And in the house, we've got Broken Window Films and the release of episode 2 of Salesman the Series. We have Henry, George, Amadeo, and Kristen.
Yes.
No, Eddie, George, Amadeo.
Eddie. I said Henry, didn't I?
Eddie.
Hi.
Henry, the other brother, he didn't show up today.
Okay.
I'll be here later.
There's too many brothers.
He'll be here later.
No, they said that Marcus and me, that's too many brothers for one.
Marcus said that was a 2-brother limit on the show.
Okay, 1, 2.
We can't hire any more black people for this network. We've reached the limit.
We're the limit.
Well, welcome all of you. Thank you for coming out this evening.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
And we are here celebrating the release of episode 2 of Salesman the Series. And my first question that I got to ask Amadeo is, who the heck came up with the name Lenny Finkelman?
Lenny Finkelstein.
Okay, right.
So so it's a character that the name existed already, but I changed it the way it was spelt when I was like 15. I was young. I was dumb. But I needed a name for a character, and I was like, what's a slimy name for a character? But it was also kind of endearing. And I was like, Lenny Finkelstein, that's a good name. And so I took that from like an old video game. And that guy only had like one scene, and he got killed immediately. And like, so I was like, okay, so I'm just going to take that name, and I'm going to make it a whole new character, a whole new like setting, a whole new thing, you know? And I'm very proud of it. And it didn't just take me. It took a whole team of people that all worked for free. So everybody worked for free.
We know about that.
We
Beautiful.
know about that a lot.
Yeah.
We know the feeling, right?
And also, a lot of that wouldn't have been done without her as well. She's my director of photography. She's the woman behind the camera.
Yeah.
Yep.
Man, you better say girlfriend really loud, man, because
She's also my girlfriend, Kristen. We've been dating. We've been dating since high school, actually.
Yep.
for those that are uneducated, that are uninformed, please tell them what Salesman the Series is about.
Yes, Salesman the Series is a crime satire that satirizes life in San Antonio in the mid '90s, and it's inspired by a lot of just like the vibe and the aesthetics of San Antonio in general, and a lot of the reasons why it takes place in the '90s is to bring back that feeling that you have when you're here in the city. You know that the culture, the zeitgeist of living here. You know, it encapsulates the soul, and it's our love letter to the city, because we feel like that Hollywood does not represent the city well enough, and like, for example, there's like been shows and things where like, oh, this takes place in San Antonio, like I think Primo, that was a show that took place in San Antonio, but they shot the whole thing in New Mexico, which is kind of crazy. And the writing of the show is really good. It's just like if you're gonna have a show about San Antonio, set in San Antonio, then you should probably actually shoot it in San Antonio. and a lot of the
soundtrack too.
and the soundtracks too. So a lot of the music from that is in the show is a lot from George and a lot of the Rivas family, and also other bands that are no longer with us, like the Royal Jesters, Sunny and Sunliners.
Deftones.
Yes.
I think we heard Intocable. I think we heard the Vogues in there. I think it was with the Vogues. It was an old lowrider oldie song in there.
Yeah, and I do big deep dives on a lot of San Antonio history. I even joined the San Antonio Tour Guide Association at one point to get more background. And I have books, and I read books on all sorts of San Antonio history and things, because I really like living here. I grew up here. It's preserving its history and things is very important to me, and especially its culture, because we're in a forever changing climate where the city is totally changing very much, and in that we're losing our identity. And I feel that as a whole, it's very important for us to just focus and just educate on our culture and stuff, but also the show makes fun of living here too at the same time. So there's a big comedy aspect on that, and there's different layers to it. And I feel as if like by doing these things, we are not only telling a great story, but also just making San Antonio a place, showing that San Antonio can be a place to do this art, to do these things, because a lot of people here struggle, and they really try to do things here, and it's really hard for artists to do stuff, and to be given the opportunity to inspire and to make stuff here is great. I love the city so much.
I was telling you, your character reminded me of Mr. Pink from the Reservoir Dogs.
Yes.
He was just Steve Buscemi. He was the talker of the bunch, you know, and he was always talking, and that was your character from opening scene, going to the door and knocking and forcing your way into the house.
Oh yeah.
So that was your character.
Yeah, and I feel like the name Salesman hits a lot, because like a lot of people in San Antonio, you know, I feel like they sell themselves, or they're always selling something. There's always something going on, you know what I mean? That's going on. Like if I'm going at Rocky's Taco House on the west side, there used to be a guy that would always sell me DVDs and stuff.
Come up to you something like oranges and lemons, limes.
My cousin Brandon, he said that there was a guy selling silverware. And then my dad bought a bike from there, actually.
I had to walk home.
Yeah,
the guy had to walk home.
Yeah, so a lot of that. So the show is supposed to like encapsulate all that stuff, because it's not gonna, you know, the place is being overrun by hipsters, you know.
Yeah. I know you mentioned the music, and I'm sure the dress is important, the style, the environment, cars. You're doing this all 90s.
Yes. Well, I would, if I had my choice, it'd be the 70s, but because that would be probably way more harder and expensive. The 90s is good. And also, one thing I did notice about the Selena show on Netflix is that they had an opening shot of San Antonio, and they're like, San Antonio, 1985. And it had the Grand Hyatt Hotel in there. That's crazy. And I was like, whoa. And so that kind of made me, I was like, you know what? I'm not going to have that in there. You know,
if one was from San Antonio on that set, probably would know not to do that. You know?
Exactly. Yep. Exactly. Okay, I've done
several.
No, yeah.
All right, there's several. I'm sorry. One, real quick. There's several movies that I would see, you know, and they'll have a Texas setting, and the guys would walk into the bar, and I'm just waiting to hear what that band is playing. And I look at the way they're dressed on stage, and you look, and it's dubbed with some random non-Tejano, non-Tex-Mex. It's just so wrong. And I hope, you know, you guys are sticking true to the music, man.
Thank you. Music is very, very important, and it's really important that I get it right. And I choose all the songs. I even edit the whole thing too. I edit all Salesman. So
I like this. You had old footage was from one of the TV channels. Yeah, they were talking about drugs and everything in the opening scene, and then change the channel and Joe Posada song on their video, and then it changes again to another news station and stuff. I was like, why you just? I don't know where you guys got all that old footage from.
I was actually 15 years old on that video. You see me turning the stick. That was me playing with Posada.
Okay. Yeah. What was it? I had to, like I said, I do deep dives on San Antonio history. So I'm very patient, and I go through a lot of old tapes and VHS stuff, and then I also have some friends in some archive places. So I kind of just like look for stuff, and whenever I find something interesting, I'm like, oh shit. Like this is really cool. I should probably put that in there. And between you and me, it is probably the funnest thing I can do whenever I'm editing is when I'm looking for like through old San Antonio footage. Like I found like some really cool stuff that I don't think like people have seen, you know. And it's been fun.
I think for the third part, you need to have Marcus and D with Jerry curls in your show since it took place in the 90s.
No,
or have D in his braids again and have Jerry curls.
It was flat top. It was flat top.
No
curl.
Or how about LeBron's? We'll put some LeBron's. Yeah, put some LeBron's. Hey, stop it, D.
He always hides.
Actually, guys, my brother Eddie, I don't know if you guys ever met him before, but he's been a big part of many bands and a lot of recordings. Like some of the songs that are in his movie, are part of the movie that I wrote.
Well, the reason we're having this broadcast tonight, folks out there, because we're talking amongst ourselves, I go, oh yeah, we've got an audience, because the premiere of episode 2 is going to be February 24th. That's this Saturday at Texas Public Radio. That's 321 West Commerce. You know where it is. Tickets are $5 at the door and online, so you know it's easy to get into. It's a great series, folks, and you really need to check it out. We need all the public support because we need to support the arts in San Antonio, but actually you need it all across this country because they're starting to cut so much funding. But I digress. But welcome to the show, and we wanted to talk about the music. The Rivas brothers are here, and they have made us, I guess, a sufficient contribution to this project.
Well, really quick before we get into that, since we're talking about the first part, we do have the actual trailer in case you guys never seen it or never heard of it. Let's go ahead and play the trailer for the first part real quick.
San Antonio, the city on the rise. In this dirty old part of
everyone respects a man with a golden watch. So tell me, how much is respect really worth to you?
What are you doing here? I came asking for a loan. I don't give out loans.
How about a job?
I need you both in suits. I want you to look professional, okay? Because we're professionals now, all right? That's what we're doing.
Listen, Liz, I got your back and everything.
It's selling the drugs, man. Oh my God, it's not like we're selling heroin, dude. It's just fucking cocaine.
Ooh, got a real party animal here.
You don't have to do this. You don't have to do this.
Pretty convenient idea for a random watch salesman.
Balls, Ricky! Honestly, I'm fucking high as shit. We gotta get out of this place. If it's the last thing we ever do, we gotta get out of this place.
I've watched that trailer over and over, and that Chihuahua man is. I need to see what happens to the Chihuahua. That's great acting.
You should. What was it? I think I'll send it to y'all later. But that trailer is like I think 3 years old now. I have a brand new one.
First one.
Yeah, for the first one. I have a brand new one that I made recently. I think it's on our YouTube, right?
And why was this not made available to us? Somebody's dropping the ball on your end. But,
Right?
It's on YouTube.
It's all good. It's all good.
I sent it to Juan. I said,
oh, watch them backpedal and blame each other. I like that.
Yeah, they can point fingers.
But I'll do the plug. Here we go. You can actually see the newest trailer on our website, right?
Yeah, salesmantheseries.com.
And it's also on YouTube on the channel Broken Window Films under Salesman the Series trailer, I believe. Yes, that's basically
No, okay. Well, we do have the trailer for the second part.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
all right.
Okay, well, let's go ahead and get that one out of the way then real quick. All right.
Times have changed. They will continue to change. I hear you're not cheap, Grant.
Get things done. Call it cracking a few eggs in the business.
Shut up! Don't you dare talk back to me, you half-breed ape. I'm just glad he has strong men like you in his life.
Mom!
I'm doing a story about the scum of San Antonio. If you don't want to end up in my column, I'd consider ironing out your alibi.
Give me the fucking money!
That was a bad date. It would not come in the summer of 2023. That took a while. Yeah. I guess that took me a little bit longer than I thought. But
That's everything.
Let's be fair here. It's just me editing, and then I basically I make the skeleton and I edit the whole thing, and then the director he was going to be here, but he had some obligations. I edit the whole thing, and then he. Goes and makes the little things and makes the decisions on what to cut, and then I get all sad when he cuts things. But but then you realize he's right, and you're like, yeah, you're right, he's right. That's too long.
But you know what I love the most is that it actually looks like San Antonio because first off, the grass is always yellow. Doesn't matter spring, summer, fall.
Yeah,
yellow, and it's dirt roads, and it looks great though. It looks real. I go, okay, cool. I can identify. Because I lived there all my life until recently. So,
where's that hotel?
El Montan.
El Montan. It's on San Pedro.
San Pedro.
The owners. I actually went to high school with the
owner's niece.
I went to high school. Yeah, me and Kristen went to high school with the owner's niece, and she's super cool. I wanted to say that that the actress in there, the one that the red, she lives in New York. She's an actual actress that we kind of, I think we flew her down. I don't know.
She's on Broadway right now.
I think she's like on Broadway right now. So her name is also Yesenia Rivas, but she's no relation.
We have niece.
Coincidence.
Yeah.
Rivas. Conveniently, we also have a niece. I have a cousin named Yesenia, and spelled the same way, and it's kind of funny.
Yeah, it's spelled the same way.
Well, that's how all great projects work. Is you have to know somebody, and they know somebody, and it all just sort of comes together. But I'm going to front you out. He said, "Yeah, she's a real actress, and so I guess all the other actors are just going to love you after that statement."
Oh no, they're also real.
Yeah, Stevie stutters. Yeah, you're thinking real quick, man. No, you fronted out the other players in the.
Yeah, I've been acting.
We're all working for him.
Well, the rest of the actors have Grammy level acting in this. So
Wow. So, double shot, man. The rest of you clowns are not up to snuff. She's the only real one. We should have paid her.
Don't be nervous.
Great, man. Amadeo, you're selling this, buddy. Keep coming.
Oh yeah,
he's a salesman. He's a salesman.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna have a big talk from the director later. I bet on it, man.
It's fine. This is all being recorded, so we can play it at your leisure over and over. We'll put it in rotation.
Yeah, no, I'm very much like my character. So no, not. It's like an evil version of me, actually. It's like me if I was like all the characters in the show are actually just amped up versions of each actor, which is kind of interesting because we kind of like wrote around the actors basically.
Yeah,
like based on like their personalities, and it's it's actually been really fun because like they, it's easy.
Yeah, rewrites are fun. Go ahead.
Well, the thing is that when you play into that, it actually we don't really do too many rewrites. In fact, we go off script a lot, and it actually makes it better because we have all we do rehearsals sometimes, and and when we're on set and when we have the scripts down, we do the scene as usual, but like we like to play around.
Yeah, it's got to feel organic.
Are you a fan of Larry David?
I am a fan of Larry David. I love your enthusiasm.
Yes.
My favorite Swan Killer.
We've got a lot of people tuning in here. Juan wanted to show some of the comments, I believe.
Yeah, we have Gavino Perez says, hello, everyone. Hope is all well. Hi. Let's see. We got Ricky Duran. Have a great show, brothers. Appreciate it out there.
Hey,
in
Ricky.
Houston. Julio Gonzalez, never forget your culture.
Mm-hmm.
Monica Pena, she is a new Hall of Famer out there in Houston. Congratulations. She said, good evening, amigos. Bobby Castaneda says, hello, everyone. George, I recently heard that you recorded on Return of the Latin Breed LP.
See, that was
George is a phenomenal singer, lots of soul.
He does have lots of soul when he sings.
Thank you, brother.
And speaking of music, I know we were fixing to get into Eddie doing part of the soundtrack there with Henry and got some brand new music out as well. Go ahead and tell us a little bit about the brand new music.
Yes, I have a song called Coronita. You can get that on YouTube or all digital platforms. I also wrote a song for the family called Recordando los Años last year, and it's out on digital forms. Also,
YouTube.
On YouTube. Also, I'm working on an album for the whole family. So we have 5 brothers and 1 sister. Raquel, I'm working on her song. I'm working on my brother Tony and Richard. And I've already got songs for George as well. And so Henry. It should be, and Henry as well. And it should be coming out hopefully at the end of this year.
Well, the Rivas family is a very musical family. George doesn't talk about it at all. But Eddie, could you let the audience in on how the Rivas family has been musical all these years?
Hey, none of us talk about each other, man. We just do our thing, and you know,
George is a self-promoter.
Yeah.
He's a self-salesman.
Yeah.
It runs in our blood.
Oh, wait.
Nice.
Everybody does their own thing. We played. They've had their own bands. They do their own recordings. They've been with their own recording companies, CBS, EMI,
and we're in my studio right now. Currently,
yeah, this is Eddie's studio,
and I
record a lot of big top bands.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna plug this in. I have a song that I wrote for Emilio, and it's coming there. Emilio Navarra. It's an old song, but Yosa is gonna play the symphony. They're gonna play next month, actually.
Oh, congratulations, my friend.
He's got a Grammy for it too.
Yeah, it's Lucero de mi Ama.
Yeah. wrote that song.
Nice.
Lucero de mi alma. Now
Lucero
Lucero de mi alma.
Leave him alone. Just because he's coconut, man. You can't blame him for being coconut.
Eddie, do you have any fun stories about your son? Like you caught him in his room acting out a scene or something like that?
Well, ever since he was little, he loved to dress up all the time. He still does. He dresses up all the time.
What was he like? To be or not to be?
Yeah, it got to a point where my dad was like, he was in the car and he was like, "Hey son, I just wanted to ask you, are you gay?" And I was like,
obviously he's not, but it's okay.
Wait, hold up. I was like, what? He was like, because if you are, it's okay. And I was like,
because I am too.
Dad, I'm pretty sure.
I'll support you.
My dad's pretty sure I'm gay.
I need to put up a number for a therapist for you guys.
I'm saying it in front
of his girlfriend.
He used to wear a banana suit.
I still have the banana suit. Oh yeah, and because I like kind of dress like this, we like to go out, have fun. Everyone does, and I get eaten alive at the gay bars. It's insane, dude.
Fight him off. You have to beat him off.
No, every once in a while, if I want to get free drinks, yeah.
So they don't believe you when you say this is my girlfriend. They just say, yeah, right. She's just.
They're like, yeah. I'm just like, yeah, totally.
We believe you.
I see a lot of that 15-year-old kid in you, though, because I just in you. It's in the way you present yourself. You said you were 15 and stupid. It's not stupid. You had genius, and you just didn't have an outlet for it until you finally found what you were wanting to do, and that's when the magic happens, and that's so cool because you made a film, dude. You're making something that people are going to watch and experience and relate to, and that's pretty cool.
It's really cool. I have problems with my TikToks, man.
Doing the gritos.
Well, what is it? I went to an art school actually here at Lee High School. It was a magnet program. She went there too, and NISA, Northeast School of the Arts, and I learned film. And the first thing I learned was how to do tape, like how to film on tape and then convert it and then edit that. And that was 2015. I'm 23 years old, so it's a while back, but still, it feels like it just happened. So
2015, and they still had tape machines that they were using instead of digital.
Yeah, that's what I was saying too. But I'm kind of grateful for that you start from that point, and then I kind of just it's all self-taught at that point, and same with her. She's probably a better editor than I am.
So were these films taped in like 35 millimeter or whatever, or were they converted over to that style?
No, we shot it in we shot it in 35 millimeter lenses, but we shot this on a 4K Blackmagic, and so the premiere we managed to get the venue has a 4K projector, so it's gonna look really, really good. And we had a colorist, we had an in-house colorist for the film, so it looks really, really good. What's funny is that I live with my colorist, who is also my childhood best friend. And, 2 years ago, one day he was like, we were color grading, we were having problems with the color in the film, and he was like, well, that has too much gamma. And me and the director looked at him, James, and we were like, hey, do you want to be a color grader? And then from then right now he's like doing color reels and stuff for different like films and stuff now because of that. Wow. And he lives with me now, along with a VFX artist named Mark, and we were all roommates at my grandmother's house, where we have an office where it's like 3 computers, and we
thanks to grandma.
Thanks to my grandmother, not the Rivas grandmother. She's on my mother's side, and she's an unsung hero actually. Yeah, same with my mother. None of this would have gotten done without the women in my life, especially my sister too. So and her obviously.
Sadly, that is a very true statement because women do run the world, and it's a secret organization that's not so secret. We have to get everything approved by them, no matter what it is. So yeah,
It's like Illuminati for women.
Yeah, exactly my point.
Or just the Illuminati.
See, Amadeo, if I said Amadeo, tell her not to speak. I don't think that would go very well, would it?
Kristen, can I talk to you for a second?
Step outside.
Pull aside. Okay.
So what's in store for the second part? And when are you guys working on the third part?
Okay, so the second part is gonna be it's titled First Day Jitters, and it is about like everyone's first day on the job, and of course that day also takes place on a Saturday morning, and in San Antonio. So I basically, my character is finally sent off to go sell the cocaine around San Antonio, while the rest of our characters, basically all of our characters are separated. They're going through their own thing throughout the day, and it is a blast, and also a blast from the past for a lot of things and companies and venues and things that don't exist anymore. Specifically, Fiesta Cab Company, the San Antonio Light, we brought back some other stuff. We mentioned stuff. We have a new characters we're introducing. So we're sidelining a lot of the characters that we introduced in episode 1, and we're introducing new characters for episode 2, along with our antagonist. And she is awesome. Her name is Dolores, and she plays the cousin of the guy that's threatening me all the time with a pistol.
Yeah.
Whose character is Vincent Vaquero. And so like it's all like one big interconnected crime family type of deal. And I'm really glad because like the first episode was just to establish the characters and the setting. Now episode 2 really brings us into the plot of the actual show.
Kristen, I just want to ask you one thing. What was the hardest thing to shoot?
Probably gonna be the beginning. The very first part, it all takes place with trains involved. So Vincent is doing his thing, and we had to get a bunch of shots of trains. We had to go out there, and because it's all very guerrilla style.
100%.
Yeah.
We all met at like 2 a.m. in the morning, and then
we waited for a train to show up, and then shooting at night, it gets kind of hard with the lighting, so it's just finding different workarounds for that on a low budget and short notice.
But it came out really good.
Whenever we did any film sets, like we all like, it was just whenever we were off work, whenever we were able to get together, and like whenever we were able to make it happen real quick. So, we would just have to throw our, equipment in the car and get going and make it happen.
So now I simply have to ask, so there had to have been a couple of days when neither of you were in a good mood. There was an argument the night before, and you have to work together and be jolly in front of the cast and crew. And so what's it like working with someone that you're intimately involved with?
Oh.
Well, it comes with its challenges, of course, but it's very fruitful, I think, and it's
I trust her.
I mean, it's
I trust her.
It's complicated, but I'm glad to be a part of it, and very glad to help bring this vision to life. We've been working together for the past 6 years on making films, so it comes as second nature now to just kind of taking, for example, like I have to remind him about a lot of things and sending stuff out, calendar stuff. So like I just know now that
I'm also very
I should
organized
have
too.
those reminders ready, and I won't get mad about it,
But I think he said the one thing that was important, which was I trust her, which means that your expertise is that good that no matter what is going on personally, it's still going to be good. So I like that. Cool.
I love it. That's what it takes in the film world, especially professionally, because you will be working from like 5 a.m. and you won't go out until 9 p.m. You can't complain about it. You can't cry. There's no crying in film.
also worked on some major films. Like, what was the film that you worked on?
Yeah, I was recently. We both worked on The Answer. Well, I think it's getting a new title soon, but its working title was The Answer to My Prayer. A rom-com filmed in San Antonio in 2022.
They worked on that as well.
Yes,
Luis Fonsi, right?
Luis Fonsi is the.
Oh, Luis. Okay, yeah.
Yes.
And then Chris Kattan was in it, and I had to take him to the restroom a lot.
Yep.
What's it like to work with Chris Kattan? Because that's got to be bananas.
All about what you say. You signed contract.
I did sign contract. He is a very polite man. All right, and that's not. He was not rude at all. He was a very nice. He was like, "Oh yeah, let's go over to the restroom." And so I took him to the. I took him to the restroom a couple of different times whenever he needed to. It was my job. I was a PA on that set, so
okay.
But it was grueling because we were filming for 6 days straight at at La Villita, and we were stuck there. And it was in the middle of. It was like in early October, and it was just kind of hot, and so we were just kind of baking in that place for 6 days, and I got what is called PA juice all over me all the time, which is basically when they make you take the trash out and all the juice falls on you. that happened to me. I was a trash PA. So, and I was in charge of cleaning up after everything, and it was
that was my job.
Well, yeah.
And who gave you that job?
Who gave me that job? Oh yeah, George gave me that job.
Nepotism
I got
hire.
the nepotism hire. Yeah, after my own merit.
I didn't give you the job.
I wish.
But it helped because they asked me for a list of, do you know anybody who could be a PA? And I sent them a whole list, and they chose Amadeo because they knew George.
and then everyone on set hated me. I'm just kidding. That's not true.
No, they loved him.
They
loved him. They loved him.
The important thing, and you've proven this already, is that you like to work every job anyway, just so you know the ins and outs, and that you're familiar with what it takes. The time frame it's going to be done in, and so it's valuable. It's paying your dues, but it's valuable information. So
my buddy Danny Ramos is the one that
hired me.
Hired him.
And he what was it?
He loved Amadeo.
Yeah, I love that guy too. I've done a lot of different roles, I guess. I mean, my dad being a sound engineer and everything, I've done audio work too, and I've done a bit of everything on set. I think over the years. Same with Kristen too. And we've been like working really, really hard, and I'm actually kind of proud of us that we got to this point. So
yeah, I mean, it's very hard to create media films, art in San Antonio, and I think what we're doing is helping keep that scene alive and hopefully inspiring other San Antonians who want to be filmmakers. Hey, you can do it. You can make whatever you want. You don't even need a fancy camera. You could use your iPhone.
Yeah, that's
if you have a story to tell, nothing's stopping you from telling it anymore.
Well, I'm going to make a prediction that whatever awards you win, he's going to claim, Amadeo's going to claim sole credit, and he's just going to say, I did it all myself. I learned every aspect of this job, and I'm proud of myself. Thank you very much.
I like to thank myself, and I like to thank myself again.
I'd probably be I'm thinking all my family, my parents, and obviously I can't get any of this done if it wasn't for my crew. We were at each other's throats at the beginning back in the day because we didn't know how to work with each other. But as soon as we got it down, it's not just me and her. It's like a group of at least 10 people, and I trust them because their intentions are good. They want this show to succeed. They want to do this, and I think the city really needs this. It really needs something like this because there's nothing else like this out there. There's nothing that where people actually. I really don't see people actually people say they care, but I really feel like people don't actually show the way I can show it, the way we can show it, the way we all can show it. San Antonio, the place important. It's one of the oldest cities in the country, and it's important that we keep this culture alive.
I would love to see an independent film blow up there because I know Austin, right now the comics are flocking to Austin, comics from all over the country.
Ship, right?
Yeah. So it'd been nice to see San Antonio blow up to be like, like Atlanta. It happened for Atlanta as far as huge Hollywood. You just don't have to go to Hollywood anymore. Atlanta's there.
Atlanta, Albuquerque.
Yeah, I would love to see that happen with San Antonio.
Recently, I believe that the Texas film incentives are about to.
Yeah, I mean, surprisingly, San Antonio has the highest tax incentives for filmmakers in all of Texas.
As
so
of last year,
when you decide to do your production in San Antonio, you can get up to 30% of your budget back if you hire 70% local crew, follow some other guidelines, and
Stop talking, because I know that Juan's getting ideas. Juan's going, I could start a film company.
Right.
Juan has got rabbit brain. He's got 80 ideas every day.
The Three Amigos movie. Oh, wait, damn it. That's already been done.
I understand that.
I know we're running out of time here because we do have to go to another interview.
Yes.
Thank you all, but let's recap. On February 24th, the second episode of Salesman the Series will be at the Texas Public Radio, 321 West Commerce. Tickets are $5 online and at the door. Doors open at 6:30. I'm doing this all from memory, folks. That's right.
I love it.
It's going to be a great. Come out and support San Antonio independent film. Salesman the Series. It's great.
And you can buy it online at salesmantheseries.com/premiere.
There you go. What are the odds of us having both episodes on Tejano TV at a later date?
We'll talk about it.
Now, actually.
Yeah.
Tejano TV at the movies.
Cool.
You can have the first one right now.
We can show the first one.
Well, now that the second one's coming out, we can play them both back to back later on.
Yeah, later on. Once we're done with the,
we will be in contact.
Yeah, once we're done doing the
you'll
premieres.
be hearing from us.
Okay. or we can do the first one if that's where D was going at.
Oh, for part 3, can I get where the Easter egg is, like for games and for movies? Easter eggs,
spoilers,
little clues here and there. I'd love to see a dartboard with Charles Barkley on there, because he folks at San Antonio, and you guys in the dark.
Yeah, we can. I can arrange that. I'm gonna remember that one. Because, all those big old women in San Antonio. They got a bunch. I bet a San Antonian woman broke his heart, and that's why he's like that now.
Yeah,
probably.
Marcus, just send them your 8x10 and your resume.
I don't look like Charles Barkley.
No, not for Charles Barkley. For the next episode, I know
I can throw the darts.
Just send him your headshot.
Yeah.
There you go. Well, thank you guys so much for being a part of the show today, and we want to get you guys back on the show at a later date. That way we can go in more in depth in what's going on, and maybe a part 3, maybe part 4. I don't know how many episodes you guys plan on making in the future.
10.
Wow. Okay, so we're gonna have you guys come back, and we're gonna be discussing all these episodes here one by one later on.
That's great.
Sounds like a plan. We'll be here.
Yeah, I'll be right here.
In this exact
I'm
spot.
not leaving. I'm gonna sit here.
I'm just doing the math on. Let's see, they're working for free, shooting in whenever they can, get off their jobs and do it. And so the first, between episode 1 and 2, there was a delay because simply of issues, logistics, and so 10 episodes. So we're looking at 2035.
Yep, just about. Unless we get a budget.
Yeah.
Unless somebody sinks money into it. Yeah.
So yes.
Yeah. So what we're trying to do is I'll do this real quick. The premieres itself are ways for us to, like, we're gonna take photos, images, and stuff like that. We're trying to promote ourselves, gain a bit of a bigger fan base than we already have, and use those analytics and statistics and things and all that evidence and all this stuff to sell the show to hopefully different distributors and stuff. We're just looking for distributors. We have one that we want. We haven't even been in a meeting yet about distribution at all.
But we want to make sure that we have it all ready to go.
Yeah,
it's the best.
You want to have a big old packet with stuff in it. You
sound like this guy. It's a familiar story to us right now.
I gotta have sponsors and all that.
Hey, you need a salesman partner.
Always.
Get your ducks in a row. That's what it's all about. Get your ducks in a row, and you're prepared for the next step. Cool. Thank you guys for being on the show.
Yes, we're definitely going to get you back on the show here pretty soon. We're going to be in San Antonio next month for the fanfare. We're going to be at Janie's Record Shop and, of course, the Internet Radio Gala. If you guys are out there, make sure you guys stop by so we can do some other interviews. And actually,
George will be at Market Square. George will be at Market Square. George will be at Market Square.
Oh yeah, he's going to be getting paid out there to perform in Market Square. So.
Yeah, but there's going to be something in Market Square from the 9th on the 8th to the 17th for 2 weeks.
Hey, George is getting paid for all 9 days.
I'm getting paid.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for being with us here. And we got another interview, so make sure you guys stay tuned. We're going to be live on Facebook and YouTube. We have La Calma. Leonel Correa is going to be joining us here in just a few minutes. But thank you guys so much for joining us here on the Three Amigos Show. I am El Más Chingón, Juan Mendoza.
Yeah!
All right. And we'll see you guys in just a few minutes.
Next time on the Three Amigos Show. He's the one-man show you know from Sunny Sauceda y Todo Eso, who plays congas, guitar, sings, dances, and is an extraordinary hype man. We're talking about Alec Gomez, the host of Tejano Late Night, and he's here to prove why you don't have to be a lead singer to be a Tejano favorite. Join us this Wednesday at 8 o'clock when the Amigos have on our show the phenomenon known as Gala Gomez. Brought to you by Mas Chingon Radio, LilaLisaPromotions.com, Hacienda International Productions, musician Danny Farias, Mar Azul Tequila, taste the new face of tequila, Archie's Homestyle Burgers in Catula, Texas, Janie's Record Shop in San Antonio, Texas, and Tejano TV. You can view the Three Amigos Show on all your favorite streaming platforms and on all your Roku devices. The Three Amigos Show.